and welcome to Not Necessarily the Hamptons on North Shore Television. I'm your host, Michelle A. McDonald. Thanks, guys. You're amazing. And before I introduce my co-host, my panel of comedians, if everyone could please just take your cell phones out, your iPads, every communication device you have, separate them for the next 30 minutes, put them in the pink box, and let's get this moving. Oh, I love it. All right, to my left, we have the very funny, the hilarious Andy Plagernos.
I don't see color.
To Andy's left, we have the super funny Devin Giannini.
I just read a text from my mom that says I'm adopted.
Do you still have to get her a birthday gift?
Probably.
To my right, Evan Weiss.
Yay.
Super funny guy.
Thank you for lying for me.
I don't lie, Evan. And to Evan's right, Adrian Davis.
Hi, I love Long Island, and I have a potty mouth on Saturday nights.
Yeah, and we're going to put her in her home. Just going to look. We're going to look. Just going to look.
Just looking.
Just look. Now we're filming now.
Oh,
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. We have a great show for you, as always. We are a group of Long Island comedians that are talking about some different topics that you may or may not have concerned with about different areas on Long Island and places that are current events and not so current. So let's start off with some obscure anxieties. What is a super obscure anxiety like you encounter? Like for me, it sounds really ridiculous, but I'm always afraid of being like judged when I'm grocery shopping. You know how like people are like low key like judging you when they're looking in your cart? It's like, are they judging me because I'm buying like store brand
Yes,
flavored
they are.
salsa water?
oh
Yes.
God.
Yes, I am.
Well, you've already made enough comments at the house about that.
Yeah, you poor trash.
And you haven't done anything to do it. So,
Well, I worked as a checkout guy once, and I used to totally judge people based on what they were buying.
Like, what would you judge them on? Would you be like, you're buying like generic version sparkling flavored water?
More I would
or-
have perverse fantasies of what they were going to go home and do with the stuff they were buying.
wait, you were a checkout guy or you were just checking people out?
Oh, I didn't work there, if that's what you're asking.
Wait, you can get paid to say, hey, lady, how's your day going?
Of course you can. Andy was a bartender, didn't you tune in
That's
last
right.
time?
I used to be a cashier at Walmart, and sometimes they'd come up with weird things like handcuffs.
I also swept
Whipped
up at
cream.
Walmart. I also stocked the shelves at Walmart. I've worked at Walmart a lot in my life.
I change where I shop so people can't track what I buy all the time. So I go to this supermarket, I buy.
All right.
and
It's also a good way to hide the dementia.
Wait, she's hiding that?
We're still filming.
What's dementia?
It's so dark back there.
Dementia.
I love how you guys haven't told her I'm her orderly. So, this is,
Yeah. Who's going to tell her we're not on a show?
guys, she still thinks we're on TV.
She hasn't realized this is really just still my house. We're still at the pink house.
No, this is your. I thought it was my house. I have those pillows.
Well, they were your pillows. You had these pillows.
I think I.
It'll be bedtime soon. Don't worry.
Thank God.
Time to
No,
go to your
Adrian,
room,
are there any,
Adrian.
like-
Time to go to your room.
Are there any like super weird like anxieties that like wouldn't really be like fears that people or anxieties people wouldn't have that you have?
Yeah,
or?
nobody's ever going to watch this.
That I'll never get out of here. I feel like.
I've always had an anxiety about going to the bathroom.
Wait, she's asking me.
No, she actually looked at me.
Yeah, she said, Adrian, what are your anxieties? And she looked at you, but I haven't answered
Okay,
yet. Okay.
go ahead.
Guys, our first fight.
And that's my anxiety.
Okay, let's go back to Andy's
Somebody's a control
bathroom.
freak.
Yeah. I have always had an anxiety about going to the bathroom. When I was in the first grade and the bathroom was in the classroom, I used to go in, and it didn't matter what I did, I always felt like people were going to be looking at me as soon as I walked out. And of course I had one of those like vacuum flushes. Right, yeah. And so what I would do is I would wash my hands, and in one motion I would flush and kick the door open. And I would come out and go, there's Indians coming through the wall. They're gonna attack us. You guys, we gotta get out. Everybody would start laughing, and I had to go see the psychologist. It was
That really
it was bad.
happened.
No, it really happened.
Where-
Terryville Elementary.
Oh, wow.
How are you feeling these days?
These days, I keep empty Gatorade bottles so that I can stop on the side of the road and pee whenever I have to.
Okay. All right.
Pooping is that's a whole other show.
Yeah, it's like.
So.
Adrian, do you have any anxieties about public restrooms?
No, if I need to go and I just do it. I'm like, I'm an animal. I know.
She's peeing
So
right
jealous
now.
of only that.
Sorry?
I said I'm very jealous of only that.
I know, and it's, you know what, and I don't usually tell people that because I'm like, someone will see a bathroom and they're like, ow, it's gross. And I'm like, yeah, it's gross. And I turn around and I run in when you're not looking. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, no.
If I have to go, I'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to go all the time. It's just hopefully I'll make it
Yeah,
to the
we
next
go to
rest
the same
stop.
bathrooms.
That's where you met Evan.
I just don't like going on the side of the road.
Well, I
I
had to
just
fix
like
the
a bath.
camera.
We're related.
My fear, I have really bad first date, I have pre-first date anxiety. I'm scared before every first date.
But wait, what's abnormal about that? Like, what are you scared of?
I'm scared that they're gonna see the gun in the car.
The handcuffs before I want to present them.
And they still haven't.
Are you?
No, I'm always scared that they're just gonna go, as soon as they see me, like, you're short.
So what's
so
wrong
it's all
with
height
that?
anxiety. It's
What
height
is?
anxiety.
You're 5'6", so that makes sense.
I'm 5'6" and a
What are
half.
you, like 5'2"?
Okay, but like,
5'6" and a half.
I don't
so
get that though. You're a very nice guy. You work out. You're
Yeah.
super funny, and you're on a TV show.
Yeah, and I'm
Like-
5'7".
A
So
lot
it's
of
like,
women
okay.
like
5'6" and a
5'6".
half. We can get you
midgets.
some lifts, make you like
Wait, you know,
5'8".
Definitely need at least an inch lift to get you up to 5'7".
Listen, guys, we get it. I'm 5'7" and a half. Let's stop talking about it.
Are you sitting on a
short
phone book?
guys-
What's your fear?
Short guys compensate. all I'm
Yeah, by
saying.
I've
like
dated
not
short
tipping
guys.
well and yelling at people.
Starting wars?
No, they compensate.
Napoleon. It's called a
Napoleon
Napoleonic
complex.
complex.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, guys, I'm starting a new show after this with the Bagel Boss guy. It's going to be me, him, Joe Pesci, and we're going to talk about how tall we are for 5 hours.
You're just going to throw bagels at each other.
We always throw bagels at each other. That's how we're going to end the show.
All right. So talking about bagels.
Ooh,
'cause
do we have some?
maybe next week. This week we had Gigi's. It was so good. The best Italian restaurant around. So super yummy. Evan, you don't have any obscure anxieties?
Yeah, I just told you about not making it when I'm driving if I have gigs or anywhere.
Okay, I didn't. I thought that was just
not
going.
getting food.
No, like if I have
Oh, I misunderstood.
not making it to the next
All right, we're gonna
stop
we're gonna
area, then
skip.
I'll
I'm
pee
sorry.
I
pee
can-
my pants.
I can confirm this fear. I've seen this in person when I've driven with Evan.
I have to go.
Every time we go on long road trips together, I swear to God, it doesn't sound as romantic as you think it is.
Doesn't
It's
sound
even more
romantic.
so.
No, it's
So-
just about the sex. It's just physical.
Now, guys.
Not romantic at all.
We take a picnic basket.
Aw.
Well, you guys go on these long romantic like road trips and you have like these charming little picnic baskets.
Yeah.
But where on Long Island would you live? Like what would be your most ideal town to live in on Long Island where you wouldn't have to take a little road trip with your picnic basket you wouldn't want to escape? Where would you live? Your ideal town on Long Island and why?
I love Oyster Bay because I like the beach over there. It's like my favorite place to go to if I'm going to be in the North Shore. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say, well, and kind of on that note, Port Washington for me. Now, there's two main reasons.
Are
I'm
you
gonna-
joking? or
I've never
serious?
been to Port Washington in my life, but it has the word port in it, which I like.
Yeah.
And Washington.
And Washington was the greatest president. No, it's the end of a Long Island Railroad line.
Oh, and you have your
I like
family.
I like to be at the end of a train ride so I can pass out on my way home. Not because I'm drunk.
Well, sometimes.
And you have family that worked on the railroad.
That is my grandfather was.
so it's historic.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing the connection at all.
Wait, your family made the railroads?
No, they just conducted
They
them.
were Chinese.
Irish. Chinese Irish.
Irish.
It's like black Irish, but better food.
Like everyone always says, Irish, the Chinese of Europe. All right.
Well, I grew up in Great Neck. I went to Great Neck South. So I would love to take my picnic basket on a little walk down memory lane because I don't remember a thing about high school now. So,
Let's revisit it.
yeah, it's on the North Shore, the Northwest, and it's right, it's on the Port Washington line.
Yes.
So you and I can,
I could sleep past your stop.
yeah. So I would say I'd go back to high school.
Rock on.
Did it have like a wooden cabin when you went to high school?
It did. It had several of them. It was
nice.
great.
Fancy.
It was great, Nick. What do you say? Yeah.
Now, when Jesus went to class with you, what was he like?
It was all Jews,
Yeah.
so no Jews.
Well, but
Back
wasn't
then it
Jesus
was
a
just
Jew?
average neck.
Jesus was a
Wasn't
Jew,
even
though.
called Great Neck yet.
Adrian, I don't know if you know this. Jesus was a Jew.
Yeah, he was.
Well known fact.
Oh yeah, he was. But he didn't go to our school. He went to the other one.
Did he go to Cardoza?
He went to North. He went to Great Neck North.
Oh,
East.
he was stuck up.
Oh, he was one of the school rivals. Just Jesus in a jock outfit going, hey, can't wait to see you guys next Monday for the football game.
I think he was more like Jughead. He had like the crown hat on.
He was always good at parties.
Wait, that's
wine.
Riverdale. That's
Was,
wrong.
there's
Water in the wine.
All those. Everything you say about Jesus is true.
Hey, Jesus, why don't you walk on the Long Island Sound again? Walk to Connecticut.
Evan, where would you live?
I think New Hyde Park would be a great place. I'm
Yeah.
thinking this studio is nice. What are we looking for the rental of the studio?
All right,
If I
guys.
swept up, would you guys just let me live here?
This is.
So
I
apparently,
sleep on a couch right now.
I know.
They always have food in that room out there. Because if there's always food out there, I think I could make it work living here in the studio.
There's a gym right there. I can shower at the gym over there.
I think I'm like sitting on Evan's new bed.
It's a nice.
Is it comfortable,
it's
Michelle?
Good bed.
It's super comfy.
I can put my sleep apnea mask and just
I
go
just
to
want to say
sleep.
to the networks and the people in the studio, check the bathroom, check the closet before you leave. He will stay here.
This is the
This is
great
not a joke
place.
anymore.
Devin, before we're not welcome back. Before we're not welcome back, I would love to live in Manhasset. That is such a great town on Long Island.
Of course.
You're-
Fun to
Rich
say, too.
snobs.
It's fun to say, too. Manhasset.
Manhasset. And I love the mall there. Do you know it's really a miracle, that whole mile there?
Oh yeah. Ooh,
I don't
got
get that
one.
reference.
You don't get the
No, I do. I'm saying I don't because that's comic also.
Right.
Any Jews in Manhasset? Any Jews?
Some.
None, right?
I don't know. I'm not, like, am I
all-
going to
Why
take
is
a
everybody
survey?
got to get back to that?
It's all Jewish, right?
Oh, Evan. We're all people.
Evan
We're
can
all
say that 'cause
human.
he's Jewish.
But we're
We
all
can talk about
human.
Jews.
Well,
That's why we're not talking about
We
Jews.
can.
it sounds like it was named by a Jew. Manhasset.
Actually, I'm going to go with it was named
Manhasset.
by
I could get
a
it for less than
native.
that. Is that what you say?
Manhasset.
That's the way you said
It's
it.
actually a
Manhasset.
native name. A
So
nation's
how much
name.
is that? It's Manhasset.
Right. So,
Jews only come up with names of towns that come really good in complaint form. Where were you at? Manhasset.
stop ragging on my town. That's like my fantasy town.
What are you from?
We're not ragging on the town, we're
Roslyn?
ragging on Jews.
Let's not do that either.
We can. We're Jewish. It's okay.
Wait, I'm the convert. I pray the loudest. That's how it goes,
Oh,
remember?
okay. All right.
So, but let's talk about a few of my favorite things. Like, we all have things that we love, but like there's just certain things that I really thoroughly enjoy. Like, I love coffee, but not just any coffee. Like, I particularly love like this coffee from this local like coffee shop, and they make it, and I get like this local like breakfast blend, and it's just so delicious. And I have half of I fill it with half, and half, and then the other half is like a flavored creamer, and it's just
called
heaven to
Dunkin'
touch.
Donuts.
Oh,
I've heard of this.
I actually
This is
not.
Michelle, it's called
Dunkin' Donuts.
Starbucks. They have a lot of them.
Okay. First of all, I take Starbucks if I can't get Hampton coffee, but it's second, sometimes third or fourth choice. Dunkin' Donuts is never in the equation. And if it's like no choice of anything, then I have to do a
You don't
Lipton
even
tea.
use their bathrooms.
Well, God no.
I don't even
Sorry,
use,
Adrian.
She's like, I don't even use
love
their donuts.
bathrooms.
That's how much I'm against them.
Seriously. Let's not forget my nutritionist is our showrunner, so we can't let her know I eat donuts.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Right.
Don't
Guess
worry.
who's gonna be like changing their diet again tomorrow? But what is something super specific that you love? What is your favorite thing, Evan Weiss? Other than Sebastian. Because he's mine.
Making mad, passionate love to Sebastian.
What's wrong with
You can
you?
be as
Do
specific
our
as you
friends
want.
out there know who Sebastian is?
Can you tell them, Adrian?
It's the Yorkie.
Sebastian is a cute little Yorkie that calls Michelle mom.
Aww.
He
And
does.
Evan, his lover.
What's wrong with you?
They're best friends. They're not.
What's wrong with you?
They're.
You're right. They are more at the will they, won't they stage.
They're still
Spoiler
nothing
alert,
but.
they will.
As far as shows go, this is like our Ross and Rachel. Evan and Sebastian the dog. And I think they will.
You guys are just jealous.
Wait, guys, seriously, like
I don't want a
Sebastian was
relationship with
so sick. He was like moping 2 weeks ago. I thought like he was really sick, and I like called Kristen concerned. I called Jeff concerned. I'm so upset about it. First thing Jeff says to me, like, oh, not call the vet. You have to call Evan. Sebastian, this is Evan.
Ooh. All right, that says a lot. That
Right?
says a lot.
Just saying.
You know what you
Yeah.
should do? Feed your dog.
With the kind of affection that the dog requires that
about
I
just-
can only provide for.
No, just give the dog water, not let it run down till it's hair and no more.
Give
That
the
is
daughter
not the case.
water, sexy candles, nice music.
I'm just saying,
He likes
feed
the
it.
massages.
All the things you need for being a good Sebastian owner.
Why are you guys turning this sexual?
Nobody said, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. That's gross. Nobody said anything about that. Nobody said anything about that.
I don't remember that.
Hey, Big Chief, we didn't say anything about the sexual thing. You just did.
That's so awkward.
All right, guys,
Well,
again,
let's
we'd
move
like to
past
keep
that.
North Shore Animal League out of the pink house. Moving right
Oh, that's
along.
another great place on the North Shore.
Sebastian,
guys-
get out of here. He's not looking at you for a second. Leave. Get safe.
Like, no joke, I thought we were going to get killed right then. It's like, oh, this is how it ends.
I was like, this is how I thought I was going to go. and
into
then
it.
wink at the camera. Bye, world. Right.
Super
If
specific.
you know what?
Yes.
If loving Sebastian is wrong, Evan doesn't want to be right.
Right. So my super specific thing that I love is going to the city, going to one of them carts where the guy smells like my armpit after 3 days of not showering, and having him serve me food that I suspect may or may not have also been in his armpit for the last 3 or 4 days.
Oh, are you talking
Halal
about street
carts.
food?
Dirty
Street
water
meat?
dogs, man. Dirty
I
water
thought the
dogs.
halal carts.
No, I mean, the halal guy helps me because the guy who does whose hot dog cart is usually off peeing somewhere. So the halal guy comes, oh, buddy, you want one of these? I'm like, yeah.
Hold on.
I like. It's got to be Sabret though.
Yes,
Wait.
it has to be spread.
Spread.
Spread
Wait.
is the only hot dog.
Let's just bring it back real quick.
Okay.
Hot Dog Man is off using the bathroom.
Yeah.
Where? Is he in the place
Yeah,
that
I
he
don't
can wash
know.
his hands? That's
At a
what I'm
Dunkin'
thinking.
Donuts, probably.
Most likely, or
'Cause they're
Starbucks.
Everywhere. No, Starbucks, you can't get into the bathroom there. The lines are so
Well,
long.
that's 8th Avenue.
They're so long. And some of them have those codes. Dunkin' Donuts, they're all inclusive.
Because nobody goes there because it's not the best.
See, I like to go to McDonald's, the ones in the city where you have to get a key.
Do you feel like
I feel safe there.
exclusive?
I feel like I'm not going to be attacked. I don't know, it's just me. Don't look at me like that.
I don't know. I I recently went to the city for a show, the Beacon Theater. It's a better theater, and I had like a better bag with me, like an evening bag. Security is taking a wand, using a stick that they went through everybody else's bag with, touching all their stuff, through my bag. That totally grossed me out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And like you're in a better place. It made me feel so unsafe. Like, who do you think is going to the Beacon Theater? Really, to see Steely Dan?
Yeah.
Oh God,
Wait,
no! I
hold
wouldn't.
on.
Go, I wouldn't see Steely Dan anywhere.
I would see Steely Dan if they were here right now and said, "You want to see us?"
They are. We
Next
have
week
them in
we have
Studio
Steely
B.
Dan.
He is asleep.
Michelle, I put
Steely Dan.
one thing in my contract. If I see Steely Dan once, I'm out of this business. The whole business. I'm not even talking the show.
Seven, when I became your stepmother, I promised you I will honor your contract.
Don't talk about the videos we make at home. Okay.
Well, that's how we're funding this.
Oh, it's so wrong.
But it feels so right.
It's still on.
Oh, guys, it's just about that time to close up our show. Auntie, do you want to?
Well, here we are. We're gonna go ahead and, with our theme of being on Long Island and being surrounded by water, we're gonna hit our low tide lament. Something that really pissed us off. So I'm gonna lead off with the traffic by exit 26 on the Northern State Parkway. It's always that merge, the bottleneck, the merge. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry.
No, no,
Sorry,
no.
not sorry. No, it's all right.
You're
Yeah,
not
let's
sorry.
quote Demi Lovato. I'm okay. Sorry, not sorry.
You're not
all right.
sorry.
My low tide lament would probably be I go to this deli all the time, and you know what I hate whenever you go to a deli in Long Island? There's always like 5 guys that know each other, and they're all having a conversation before you can order your bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll with salt and pepper and a little avocado. Now, I don't want to give my
Shut
business
up,
here.
you trash. You don't order avocado.
Shut up, you trash. I'm Latino. I order a lot of avocado.
Relax.
You almost said it in Spanish.
Hey, senor,
Half.
I only order avocado.
Half.
No bueno.
No, but there's
This is
always
not
the-
bien.
like-
This is not bien este.
But there's always one of those guys, and they're like, "Hey, Tommy, I saw you last night, huh? That was great, right?
And the other-
you were hammered. How are you here working this early?
And the other guy's like, I had to take the job. What am I going to do?
Yo, Gina didn't look so good before. Yeah, I know. Gina did not look good before we left that place.
One thing about Gina, she never looks good whenever we leave the
Oh,
place.
that's what I'm talking about.
Milo time?
Yes. Were you out with Gina beforehand?
No.
Okay.
You know what my low tide was? I wanted to go swimming, but I couldn't. You know why? Because there was a low tide.
Oh.
You just walk out a little further. All right. No, I'm all right.
That was my. You wanted a low
No,
tide
you're good, you're
moment.
good, you're good.
I had a real one.
Right,
okay?
taking it literal.
I had
Get
a
it.
real low tide moment. There was a low tide. Sorry.
I guess it's my. This happens before every one of my shows. Always, without fail, Devin gets broken up with. Every single one of my shows, it's like he purposely invites a girlfriend to every single one of my shows. Like, I want you to meet this one's gonna be the one. I promise, Evan. And he's like, I gotta tell you something. And meet my new boyfriend, by the way.
It's funny because it's true.
First of all,
It is.
first of all, Evan, that is entirely inaccurate. Hold on, I'm getting a text real quick.
Up. You know the rules. You know the rules.
Put it back.
We have 3 minutes to put it down.
All right, but real quick,
You're broken up with.
I just got broken up.
Wait.
And I only got broken. So here's what happened. I only got broken up with at one show of Evan's.
Every show.
It was one
everything.
show.
Wait, but there was a different show with somebody else.
No, it was one show. I only got broken up with the one show.
It just feels like it always
It
happens.
just feels like it happens a lot because it happens
sure?
like twice. But it was the one time that time.
But what about the
It
girl
was with
that
the
left you
big
for the other
girl.
comic?
The girl
No,
that-
she didn't leave him for the other comic. He broke up with her.
And then
the other
she
comic
slept
just
with the
happened to
other
be
comic.
there moments later, and they went off and slept together.
So he was just there for like rebound sex. He just happened to like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
It was that
my
big
low time
girl.
moment this week is this talk about my life.
Well, let's not leave it all low. Does anybody have a high tide happy moment they can share?
I wish I would be the rebound girl with one of his exes.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
You can't be the
Why
rebound
not?
girl because you're a guy.
No, high tide moments are things
I mean,
that are
guys,
possible that happened this
guys.
week. These are factual things.
He's just happy that Sebastian broke up with that groomer.
All right. Yeah. That was a bad relationship right there. I'm gonna be honest.
So, Andy?
I don't have a whole lot of happy.
That makes my heart sad.
We got to do high tides.
Just
Yeah.
do a quick one. Anybody have anything?
Well, we are a sad bunch, and this is why we are in comedy.
I got my show sold out.
Right on, that is a happy moment.
awesome.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And
You went
Adri-
swimming too.
I went swimming.
Yeah.
That is
It was cold. It
awesome.
was a bath.
You guys, well, as you can see, there's a reason why the five of us had entered into comedy to bring laughter and happiness to other people's lives, because there are some weeks we all struggle to find the moments to find the happiness. For me, I was having a downtime, and I always tried to find the happy moments. Driving into the studio tonight, I was a little bit bummed. I put on the right radio station. Cool DJ Red Alert had like that smooth like grown folk music on and got me in a nice happy mood and lifted my spirits. So we have to look for the happy anywhere we can find it, right?
Indeed.
You guys have just watched Not Necessarily the Hamptons on North Shore Television. I'm your host, Michelle A. McDonald. Please tune in next time. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions, don't be shy. Drop us a line at Not Necessarily the Hamptons TV show at gmail.com or send us a direct message on Facebook or Instagram. Thanks so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Have a good night. Bye.
So this is where we talk to each other.